Hello everyone, my name is Mehul Kumar Bhatt and I am here to give my presentation on assignment 1 for the subject of data manipulation techniques to Professor Richard Lamroff. I have chosen data on deportation between 2009 and 2018 in the United States. So let's move on with the data scene. First of all, let me consider the issues at the center in the United States 2020 election. These issues like coronavirus pandemic, economy, racial equality, criminal justice reform, the environment, healthcare, education, immigration, as well as national security. These issues are at center stage during the discussions as well as voting matters in United States 2020 election. Let's consider the most important part of our presentation, the immigration issues, and Trump's last presidency have considered immigration policies around these 8 areas. We can see in the chart next to the detail like the countries which represents the highest number of unauthorized immigrants in particular state of the United States. We can see that Guatemala and El Salvador has the major part in having a particular high number of unauthorized immigrants in particular states. Also India, China, and Honduras has also played a major part as well. So the 8 areas are like restrict illegal immigrations, complete the border wall with Mexico, reduce the number of asylum seekers in the United States. The most important part of our presentation, deport undocumented immigrants, restrict travel and visas from certain countries, reduce the number of refugees, reviews the H-1B visa program, as well as stop all benefits of immigrants. Then moving to the more important part of data done by Migration Policy Institute of United States. They come up with this data in 2016, the national and state estimates of the unauthorized immigrant populations. These are the major states which are having most number of unauthorized population. States like California, Texas, New York, Florida, New Jersey, and Illinois are favorite among unauthorized documents. The favoritism term comes around this particular factors which affect the most to the unauthorized immigrants. Factors like the countries of origin, U.S. destinations, length of U.S. residence, educational attainment, English proficiency they have, employment level they have, as well as income and home ownership. Now move to the data part. Here data comes into the picture. It is a responsibility of all our data analysts that we represent a right picture with data and do not come into trap of our respective media and journalism companies. So I have chosen database of U.S. Department of Homeland Security Immigration Enforcement Actions of 2018. Out of that database, I have chosen that particular data on aliens reported and returned to their home country or region between 2009 and 2018. Here, aliens in the language of Immigration Department, unauthorized immigrants. This is the data link that I have given here. Let's move to the data part. So this is the raw data I have acquired from that particular link of Homeland Security website. Then we can see that there are so many issues with the data. There are some null values as well as blank cells, so I have cleansed the data. Then we can see there are almost 167 countries data is there. So I try to come up with top 20 countries and having the highest number of unauthorized immigrants. Also, this data is not very useful for me. I have to transpose it, and here is the final data, transposed data that I have used for the analysis part. So let's move with the Jupyter Notebook part. So here's the Jupyter Notebook. I have imported important libraries for the analysis like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Datetime, Seaborn, as well as SciPy, which is not necessarily required in this particular research. Next, I have downloaded the dataset from my computer path. Then I have displayed the rows, and the dataset name is aliens data. Here we can see that data is between 2009 and 2018, and major countries are Mexico, Canada, Philippines, People's Republic of China, Ukraine, India, Burma, Russia, Indonesia, United Kingdom, Guatemala, Korea, South Korea, Turkey, Honduras, El Salvador, Poland, France, as well as Colombia. Then I have tried to bring the rows and column, that is 10 and 19. Then I have tried to display the Mexico row, which has a data type of integer 64. Then I have tried to group by the data with years, which come up with Poland and Colombia's data. Then I have tried to give 5 number of rows with head 5 function. Then to the visualization part in Jupyter Notebook, I have used Matplotlib plot chart, which represents Poland's data during the year. Also, I have tried to use another graph of univariate to come up with univariate distribution with the sns.destplot function, which represents how data is univariate, describes univariate distribution of data, that it comes center into the top. It represents Bell's sign. So after this, I have let's move to the next part of our analysis. Let's move to our next stage in Power BI dashboard. This is the dashboard that I have created. It looks like this. I have put total 5 graphs, which describes deportation of top 5 countries, deportation countries in the top 3 major years of 2009, 2014, and 2018, as well as overall scenario of deportation in 2018. Let's try to make one of the graph here. So I have come up with this 4 graphs already. I now do one more graph here. So here we can see we come up with this particular graph of stacked column chart. It has some issues, like we do not have a proper title, so we'll try to put it the title here, that is deportation between 2009 and 18. We'll put the title in the center stage and also increase the font size, which is 20 across all graphs. Let's put data labels in it and also try to put new color. So here we are with the new chart we have of deportation. So the Power BI presentation I want to describe. First of all, let's move to this graph. It represents top 5 countries in deportation. So we can see between 2009 and 18, Mexico has a major part of unauthorized immigrants. In 2009, there are almost 88% of immigrants are from Mexico. But gradually the numbers are reducing steadily till 2015, and it's reached to almost 41%, almost half. Then again it shows reverse trend, and numbers are increasing, and it is around 57% in 2018. The next country is Canada, which is also very important for all of us. It also represents around 4.75% in 2009. Again, it shows a reverse trend compared to Mexico. The numbers are increasing till 2015, and it reached almost 23%. But then after, the number become a little bit steady, and in 2018 it is around 25%. And the third highest country is Philippines, which also shows a mixed trend of very low numbers in 2009. Again start increasing to reach to almost 21%, and then reduce to 10%. Fourth country is People's Republic of China, which also shows similar trend of Philippines. And the last is Ukraine, which has a very small share of 1 to 2.5%. Then move to the pie charts. Here I want to describe the top 10 countries in respective years. It's the initial year of research, that is 2009, then the middle year of 2014, and the last scenario of 2018. So we can see our top 6 countries are almost similar in all 3 charts, that is Burma, India, Ukraine, People's Republic of China, Philippines, Canada, and Mexico. But in 2014, Russia, South Korea, and Turkey come into the picture, as well as in 2018, 4 new countries were added into the list, like United Kingdom, Guatemala, Honduras, as well as, surprisingly, France comes into the picture. We can see that still Mexico is having a very major part, from 85 to 69% across the period. So still Mexico has a very high number of unauthorized immigrants from last decade. And last but not the least, the overall scenario of deportation. We have seen from all our respective media companies like CNN, Time Magazine, as well as Fox News, like they have given a huge hype to the immigration issue, especially deportation by Trump administration during his last term. But actually this data part shows opposite trend, that during Trump administration numbers were completely steady on the deportation part. Even the scenario is completely different in the previous governments. Like in 2009, almost 500,000 people were deported, then almost 0.45, as well as 0.3 million people were deported in 2011. But after that, the numbers were steadily reduced to barely 0.09 million people were deported in 2018. So these are the findings I have come up with analysis that, contradictory to media reports, deportation is dropping in United States. Still, Mexico has contributed to more than 50% of unauthorized immigrants. Central American and Asian countries were at the center of unauthorized immigration list. All countries' numbers were tumbling except Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, whose numbers were climbing. And United Kingdom and Turkey were showing quite sporadic trend in the list by entering into the list and going back. Here I have also given the YouTube link of the data, as well as the HTML copy of my Jupyter Notebook work. So here is I am concluding my presentation.